Yes, people, what's going on? See y'all talks about. We're back again with another video. Today we're going to be speaking about Bukayo Saka's new contract, of course. We're going to be speaking a little bit about injuries, transfer updates, a little bit more about that. Plus, we got a big game today versus Wolves. Premier League games, let's be honest, every game from now to the end of the season is a big game. We got 12 cup finals basically from now to the end of the season we need to win every game to try to go on to win that Premier League trophy. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button, please do hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to check out none other than the link here and here for OK jerseys. You guys can get yourself some nice pre-match kits, some actual football kits, and of course some old school kits, all for under the affordable price of £15 plus 8% off. So guys, do check that out. Obviously, we got a lot to talk about today. Please do hit that like button, of course. And while you're here, let me know what you guys think the score prediction is going to be for the game versus Wolves. Now, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get straight into all the little different discussions. But one of the main things that I need to discuss is, of course, Bukayo Saka's new contract. That is a big contract for Bukayo Saka, and we've heard about it. We knew he was going to get it. We knew this was happening for a while now, and there's a couple little discussions that are floating about around the discussion around the contract, and I just do think some of the people are just trying to get Arsenal fans triggered. Bukayo Saka deserves the contract. Whatever anybody tells you, he is fully deserving of being Arsenal's highest earner. He's fully deserving of a new contract. He's fully deserving of getting paid the most in the team. Saka's 300K a week contract, in my opinion, just tells me that he is the franchise player that people say he is. And his performances this season, although they've not been as good XG wise, 300K a week for Saka is really good. Let's be real. You got guys like Marmoush getting 300K almost over there at Manchester City or close to that. I think he's one of the best players in his position across world football and has been for many years, back to back. He's been that guy. Now, there are people who are going to hate on him. There are people who are going to say, you know what, earning 300K a week, he's going to turn into Theo Walcott all of a sudden. People are going to make jokes and insults about other people. But personally, for me, it spun me how people think 350K a week for Bukayo Saka is too much when this guy has been one of our main men for years. For years, he's been one of our main men. And they've been speaking about him getting a contract of close to 300K since back in 2023. Sorry, 2023. I mean, since 2023, they've been speaking about Bukayo Saka potentially becoming our top earner and getting 300K a week. They were speaking about it in December of 2025 that he was going to be destined to go and get this kind of contract. And another big thing is Saliba, Gabriel, Mazzucchelli, Ethan all got new contracts, and now it's Bukayo Saka's turn. I do think a lot of people are looking at this Arsenal situation and they're just trying to make excuses on why this is not a good deal. Saka has to deliver. This is an Arsenal fan, by the way, saying Aubameyang dragged the club to an FA Cup, scored a brace, got 42 goals in 2 seasons before he got 300K a week. Bukayo Saka hasn't played in a final yet. Everything being handed to him, hasn't delivered anything. This is what people are sitting here saying. There's actual people saying that Saka's season, wait till the end before you give him 300K a week. People are really on his case, People are really on his case. But I do think he deserves it. I don't get. Look, it's always the people who want Arteta and Kroenke out who have something to say about Saka's contract. In my opinion, you never see any accounts that majority of people actually follow and speak to on a regular basis saying these things. It's always the negative ones. Look, another Arteta out account questioning Saka's contract. I question you guys who are sitting here saying, why is Saka getting this much money? Look at the Arsenal team. Look at our wage bill. Arsenal's, 1 second. Wage bill. If I go to Arsenal's wage bill right now, you tell me who on this list deserves it more than him? Who on this list deserves it more than him? Definitely deserves more money than Havertz. Definitely deserves more money than Jesus. Saliba, Odegaard, Rice, Gyökeres, all getting paid more than him. Saka's done more than all those guys. And you're probably going to say to me, oh, what has he done? He hasn't won a trophy for us. Well, he's been one of our main men in this resurgent period to try to get us into that area where we can win trophies, where we can compete. But the main thing also that people kind of are missing, another main factor which people are missing when speaking about all these things, is we're looking to give Gabriel a new deal. We've given him a new deal. I mean, just this past summer, we've given Saliba a new deal. We've given Ethan a new deal. We just signed some of these guys like Gyökeres, Eze, and we're looking to keep Saka. We're looking to give Declan Rice a new deal because his deal currently runs out in 2028. We're trying to give him a new deal so we don't have that issue. We're looking to renew majority of the deals for the players who we think are good enough to stay here for the long term and help us win, like Gabriel, Saliba, Declan Rice, and Saka, plus the young boys like Ethan and Miles Skelly. This tells me this is a changing of this of Arsenal of the old, which would, let's be honest, sell our best players to try to recycle and go again with a new set of players. And when people criticize Bukayo Saka, when people criticize Bukayo Saka's capabilities, when people criticize Bukayo Saka's output, you don't want to speak about his output in the Champions League, do you? Do you want to speak about the output in the Champions League? Because his output in the Champions League, in the amount of games that he's played, 0.97 xG. Only the greats of the greats have had a better goal to game ratio, goal or assist per 90 ratio than Bukayo Saka. This guy's up there with some of the best right now when it comes to that number. That just goes to show me, in 24 games, he has 20 something goals and assists in the Champions League. I'm not sitting here saying 100% he's better than Vinny or any of these guys, but in the Champions League, he's doing amazing. In the Premier League over the last couple of years, he's been doing decent. I fully agree with these kind of comments when people say it's crazy to think that he's getting overpaid. Carrying the whole team at 18, 19, he had the most assists in the team. The last couple of years, dragging us through title races. Now I get it. We need to go get over that line. We need to go win. But when you're a top team, when you have top players and you're trying to keep them, you're gonna start having to pay top dollar. Let's not forget, if I show you other teams' wage bills right now, you guys are gonna be like, that's why they win. Let me show you Man City's. Let me show you Man City's wage bill, because I feel like a lot of people have a lot to say about Arsenal's wage bill. Look at this. Look at Man City. You got Marmoush on 295K a week. You're telling me Bukayo Saka doesn't deserve to be on more money than Marmoush? Bernardo Silva, with his performances this season, hit or miss at times. Haaland's almost on, what do you call it? There you go, right there, 225K. And if you actually click on it, it's close to like 600K a week. If you actually see, does that say 875? 875K a week after bonuses. What the hell? That is insane. That is insane. Look at that. Haaland is making more money in bonuses than Bukayo Saka is making with his wages alone. What about Marmoush? Let's look at Marmoush. 368K per week if he hits all his bonuses. Come on, guys. This is nuts. And you guys are sitting here saying Bukayo Saka's been getting underpaid for years. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. With the performances he's been putting in for the last couple of years, came from the academy. Arsenal hasn't had to pay a single penny in transfer fee for him. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just watch your video on D. He's right. If you can't see what he's saying, you are too far gone. I get where he's coming from, but I just disagree on the language. I don't think we're arrogant. I don't think we're cocky or anything like that. We, to be fair, what do we have to be arrogant about? Like, I don't think we're arrogant at all. I just think other fans are irritated by Arsenal fans quite easily because we're Arsenal fans, and the team hasn't done the level that it needs to do for the last couple of years. But I think this is just goes in cycles. If the next team is Chelsea or Man United, who's going to struggle to win silverware, it, if there's another team that this could happen to in the next coming years, it could be Man United or Chelsea. You could see their fan bases being labeled as this if their team doesn't start winning more and more in the foreseeable future. But yeah, bringing it back to Bukayo Saka, I do think people asking the question if Bukayo Saka is world class has become the next discussion point. The next discussion point is 300K a week. You usually give it to world class players. You usually give it to players who are next level. And I just feel like people have a short memory. I seen Christian talking about it on Sky Sports. Bukayo Saka has been Arsenal's main man and one of the main men for Arsenal for well over 4+ years now. 5 years, I would say, actually. Since Aubameyang left, uh, Saka's been the main man carrying the team. And when people ask the question, is Bukayo Saka world class? What's the point of asking the question? It's a subjective question at the end of the day. Bukayo Saka performs on the big stage for England and for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka is one of the main men for Arsenal and consistently is doing his job at a high level. He gets a contract extension. Arsenal give him a great contract extension because he deserves it. And now everyone is sitting here speaking about what he is, what he isn't, if he's world class, if he's not. I find it genuinely hilarious. The standard is set higher for Arsenal players. When you got Manchester United fans calling Lissandro Martinez world class, you got Chelsea fans calling Caicedo world class, you got Spurs fans calling whoever has a good game for them at centre back, be it Romero or Van de Ven, world class. But all of a sudden, we give Bukayo Saka a 300K a week contract, and we're having discussions on if he is or isn't world class. To me, it's disingenuous. To me, it's a little bit like you guys are just taking the piss at this point. If Saka is not considered world class, then what is at this moment in time? Who in this league do you consider world class that plays in that position? Mo Salah is definitely a world class last season. This season's dropped off a little bit. Erling Haaland definitely is. I would say some of the players like Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel, Saliba, world class players in my opinion. You look around the league, there's there's not too many world class players. World class players for me are players that get into most teams across the world of football. Outside of Barcelona, where else wouldn't Bukayo Saka start? He starts for PSG, in my opinion. He starts for Real Madrid. He starts for Man City. He starts for most teams across Europe. Only team where he probably would not start is probably, what do you call it? Not Real Madrid. Probably Barcelona. That's it, because they have Yamil Yamal. Outside of that, he starts for most countries and most teams. If that to you is not a world class player, I don't know what is. If you guys are saying, oh, he needs world class numbers, well, he's been producing world class numbers before he got injured. Last season, he was on pace to break the assist record before he got injured. It is what it is, guys. It's gonna rate. You don't pay someone. It's the going rate. If you don't pay, someone else will. 100%. 110%. That is a good point right there. If you don't pay that money, somebody else will. And you kind of have to nowadays understand that you're going to end up having to pay these players top dollar, or else you're going to lose them. And you're going to regret it later on. If you do lose them, you're going to regret it. But yeah, let's go onto the Arsenal website quickly and let's see some stuff. There's been an update on injuries. Update from Mikel Arteta on Havertz, Calafiori, and Ben White. The update is good. Just to let you guys know, Ben White withdrew from the game. Ricardo Calafiori also. Ben White avoided any lasting damage, so Ben White is okay. On Martin Odegaard and Kai Havertz, did he say what Calafiori's injury was? Calafiori missed the Wigan game. Worry potentially injured over a potential injury, but he's fine, said Mikel Arteta. So Calafiori's fine. Ben White, same thing, avoided any damage. It was just a bit of fatigue. He's fine. As for Martin Odegaard and Kai Havertz, he said that they both could return for the North London derby, and both won't be fit in time for the contest versus Wolves, and then he doesn't give us any other updates on anybody else. But yeah, so that's the updates. So Martin Odegaard and Havertz will be ready for Tottenham on Sunday, and for the Wolves game, we will have Ben White and Calafiori ready to go for that game. So that's some good news. Um, 5 times where we've been to Wolves. Interesting. You got 5 games where we've been to Wolves. We've been to Molineux in 2003, 2004. Uh, there you go. We got this game back in the day when Fabregas was doing his thing in 2009, 2010. We beat them 4-1. You got Wolves 3-0 in 2011, 2012. Bukayo Saka 2-0, where he scored his first goal for Arsenal. That's emotional, you know. First goal for Arsenal. It seems like yesterday. Odegaard bagged the brace in this game where we won 2-0. Very interesting. And before we get on to anything else, I'm just gonna say if I'm gonna pick my team for the game versus Wolves, I think we're gonna have to go with a strong team. Since Odegaard or Havertz are not going to be available, it's most likely going to be Eze. I think Saka is going to start in the team. Nani's going to come off the bench in this game. Trossard starts. Yakura starts. Rice Zubimendi back in the team. Timber. If Saliba is available, you go Saliba, Gabriel, and then Hincapie since Calafiori is just coming back from injury. But if you really want to go different, you can play Ben White, man. Ben White, I want to see Ben White Saka link up. I want to see the Ben White Saka link up. Timber plays a lot of football already. Show me that Ben White Bukayo Saka link up. But yeah, that's the team I'm gonna go with today. If you guys would change the team, let me know what changes would you guys make to the Arsenal team in the lead up to this game. Let me know if you guys think there should be any changes. What specific changes would you make in the comments right now? And just to let you guys know, I will be going live later today, actually, with Kate. Kate from the Football Terrace. We're going to be going live at 3 o'clock, so keep an eye out for that one. It's going to be on her channel. I'm going to be me, her, and Kunle are going to be going live at 3 o'clock. So right after this video, I'm going to redirect you guys there, and you guys should stay tuned because it's going to be a good little video with the three of us discussing Arsenal Tottenham. Sorry, or should I say Tottenham Arsenal, this upcoming weekend with their new manager and the pressure cooker of the game, where they're in a relegation battle and Arsenal are in the not top four, Arsenal in the title race. There you go. As for the next thing that we need to discuss, when it comes to transfer rumors and transfer links, sometimes I gotta know that some of these websites are bullshit. Some of these reports are, you know what? How did I forget? Ramadan Kareem to everybody. Ramadan Kareem to every single one of you guys. Hopefully everyone has a blessed Ramadan. Shout out to every single one of you guys who are watching right now. Love for watching, and hopefully everyone has a blessed Ramadan. May Allah accept our prayers and our fasts, and inshallah everything goes well for everybody this month of Ramadan. But yeah, big up everyone, big up. Catch you later, big up. Tarawih or Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was at Tarawih yesterday. I'm gonna go to Tarawih tomorrow. Today I might miss it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to miss it, unfortunately. But inshallah, I'll go to Tarawih as much as possible during the month of Ramadan. I used to live right next to the masjid, so I would be able to squeeze in. I would be able to squeeze in Tarawih and what do you call it, other stuff. But right now, no chance. It's either it is what it is. You know what I mean? Same here. You know what? When you say it out loud, you feel stupid saying it. You don't. You shouldn't be missing Tarawih for anything, to be honest. But yeah, let's go to the next thing. There's a couple things that we need to discuss, and some of these rumors are BS. So we're gonna look at them and just keep them moving. So I've been seeing this page a lot on social media, right? First of all, the whole Vinny situation, disgusting from this guy, and the whole racist thing. This guy's trying to cover his mouth saying, "I said brother, fuck off, you're a liar." As for As for some of the rumors, Garnacho to Arsenal, this has to be BS. I don't believe any of these reports, so we're not even going to. We're not even. Okay, that was wifey. She didn't realize I was live. Um, then you have, what is this? Man City are considering dropping to non-league. Now that's BS. Oh, mate. Oh man, little sniffles. No chance Man City are dropping to non-league. That's BS. Enough about this. All this stuff is BS. Cody Gakpo are prepared to sell. Yeah, I agree. I believe that that could be true. Um, the hardest picture of all time. What the hell are these guys talking about? Oh, this right here, you can't even take it serious. Usman Dembele to Arsenal. I don't think that's gonna happen. He might be a good he definitely would be a a really good signing, but I don't think Usman Dembele to Arsenal is gonna happen. I think if Arsenal go in for a player from PSG, it'd probably be Bradley Barcola or Doué. If PSG is looking to even get rid of Doué, Doué is literally looking like their best player right now. But yeah, I don't think Arsenal actually get Usman Dembele. Let's see. What do you guys think? People are saying. People are probably saying it's a fat lie. Yeah, you can't trust this source. This source is known for it's the most BS on this app. On the app. What else is there? Africans should not be a second choice. Obi Mikel talking about players picking their home country. I don't know why he's saying Africa should not be a second choice. All these players played for England in the last internationals. So I don't know why they're even using that as a picture. Liverpool are closely monitoring Rodrigo's potential attacking reinforcement. That would be a good signing for Liverpool. He would be a good signing for Liverpool. I've seen a couple more reports that I wanted to talk about. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, this is not happening, guys. Nico Williams is not leaving Atletico Bilbao for 100 million, especially not coming to Arsenal for that kind of money. That is ridiculous kind of money. Nobody's spending that kind of money on him. Simple as. Let's go to the next little bit of news. Of course, you know what? Gabriel Magalhaes is overdue for a goal. It would be nice to see him score a goal today. Andrea Berta, he secures another major deal. Yeah, you know what? Andrea Berta has done good in securing us some deals. Arsenal away. Arsenal have won pretty much all their last 5 games versus Wolves, all wins. Need to keep that going today. Need to keep that going today. What else is there? Andre Berta sets his sight on signing Paulo. How do you pronounce this?
Rio Esposito.
Esposito. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. He looks like a baller. When he played against us, but I don't know if he's a good option or not. I don't know enough about him. I'm not gonna lie. Rio suggests Bukayo Saka is no longer Arsenal's best attacker. Yeah, did you guys see this? Rio Ngumoha was speaking, and he did a video, and in this video he said that look at this.
Doku, Mo, and Noni. I like Noni.
He said Noni Madueke.
Doku, Mo, and Noni. I like Noni.
He said he was asked who are the 3 best wingers in the Premier League, and Rio said Noni Madueke, Mo Salah, and Doku are the 3 best wingers in the Premier League. I found that interesting, you know. Out of nowhere. That just came out of nowhere. I did not expect him to say that. Very interesting for a current active player to just go out of nowhere and just be like, you know what, Nani Madueke is one of the best wingers out there, and not mention Bukayo Saka. Maybe it's because of Nani Madueke's trickery. He's a little bit more flicks and tricks, where Bukayo Saka is more just like straight go at you, straight at you. That's just how he is. He's just one of those guys who just goes directly from A to B directly at you. Arteta and Arsenal have to address the warm-up routine because consistently they've had issues this season with injuries from the warm ups. So Arsenal are now, Arteta says he's reassessing the warm up routine after recent spat of injuries, even suggesting today it may be worth exploring the idea of potentially scrapping the warm ups altogether. Because think about it, we've had Saka get injured through warm up, we've had Saliba get injured through warm up, we've had um, Calafiori get injured through warm up. A lot of Arsenal players this season have gotten injured through the warm up. So getting completely scrapping the warm up might actually be a good idea, because it would potentially save us from any injuries pre-game, and we can go into the game. And I know it's never good to warm up during the game, but same time, we don't want to sit here and have our players constantly getting injured. That's not a good thing either. So precautionary tale, why not? Why not? But hey, and then final thing, the Emirates is looking to install safe standing area on the clock end, lower next to the North Bank lower for the season after. There's going to be about 13,500 fans, including some of the away fans that are going to be licensed in the standing area going from the 2027-2028 season. Arsenal are constantly looking to find ways to increase their capacity, and also going again 3.9% higher for season tickets and ticket admission next season. Ticket prices are going to go up again next season for Arsenal. So yeah, not only are they going to increase the safe standing and introduce that and increase the capacity, they're also going to increase the prices for tickets. They're looking to add a category A, B. Uh, sorry, they're looking to introduce new categories next season, which is A will be only used for Champions League games reaching the quarterfinals, semifinals, and B plus to be used for two Premier League fixtures. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do and how they do it. But I personally think they need to revamp the ticket process, because the ticket process lately has not allowed too many fans to get as many tickets as they used to, and hopefully they can fix that up. In my opinion, shortest distance travel in the Premier League, Arsenal with Man City traveling. Ooh, crazy. I don't think that's not necessarily relevant to even speak about though. And then what else is there today? Nothing else really. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen, for today. Not much more to speak about, but let's see what you guys got in the comments before we go. Could be a terrible idea. What ticket prices or standing area? I don't know. I mean, Rio is a Chelsea academy, and Bereweke was at Chelsea, so he might know each other. Fair. Training is where injuries happen. True. So should they scrap the warm up? Let me know. Nadi Madaweke's playstyle is attractive, so casuals and low average IQ fans. Oh, fair. Uh, he was at Chelsea. He's a friend with Nani. Fair. Um, assuming is strong, good in the air. Fair. I got to see more about him before I start saying he's good enough to for us to go and slap him in here. I only go to masjid on Eid, and I only go masjid on Eid and occasions like Friday. Fair. A lot of people do, my friend. A lot of people do. A lot of people don't live near masjid, so the distance that they have to travel to go pray sometimes is too much. But whenever I'm in Reading, or whenever I'm in Reading, whenever I'm in London, and I'm visiting family or friends, there's always a masjid nearby where they live. So I'm always in and out. If I can pray in the masjid, it's better than just praying at home for me. But 9 times out of 10, I usually pray at home. During Ramadan, I do make a vested interest to a vested effort to go at least every other day if I can. Um, yeah, Kate is a Spurs fan. It's going to be a good little conversation there. What about Semenyo? Semenyo, what? How much money is Semenyo on for Man City? Let me check. Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo is on 150K a week at Man City, and with bonuses, it goes up to 187K a week. So he's making 150 to 187K a week. That is what he's making right now over there. Um, Egal, don't lose, lad. Man City fans will come after you again, lad. Be careful. I'm hopeful we're gonna win. I think it's gonna be like a 2-0 or 3-1 today. I'm gonna go 2-0 to be fair. 2 goal lead going into the final minutes. We win the game and close it out. Keep a clean sheet. It would be nice to see Gabriel get a goal. It'd be nice to see Bukayo Saka get a goal. Bukayo Saka and Gabriel get a goal today, and we keep it moving. Somebody asked, why is Bukayo Saka somebody asked, why is Saka's criticism clarified as hate? Because I don't think the Saka is getting criticized based on his performances. I think Bukayo Saka is getting lambasted with hate from rivals, and some of the points are not even valid points. Like, oh, Bukayo Saka is getting 300K a week because he has 4 goals this season. That's not good for a player who's getting 300K a week. That I don't think is fair criticism. I think that is like just a banter take. You're not saying, oh, he's not worthy of 300K a week because he's getting 4 goals this season. He's not getting 300K a week because of 4 goals from this season. He's getting 300K a week because he's literally one of our most important attacking players, and in every important game, he is one of those guys who steps up when we need a goal away at Tottenham, at home versus Tottenham, versus Man City. When we need a goal versus Chelsea, he's the one who creates the chances. When we need something versus Man United, he's the one who set up the shot for Odegaard that led to the own goal. It's unfortunate that his output has not looked as good this season, but most of the criticism about Bukayo Saka is not his skill set, it's not his talent, it's not the level that he can reach. It's people saying, "Oh, he's not worthy of that price." When at Arsenal, he's worthy it. And guess what? If we don't pay it, somebody else would have, and then people would have said we have no ambition. If we I personally think Bukayo Saka is a likable guy. Yeah, I agree. No one hates Bukayo Saka. I think people hate Arsenal fans, or they're trying to get engagement out of Arsenal. Hence why they use Bukayo Saka as a stick to beat. Or, for example, I don't think nobody disliked Yamal. People probably dislike Barcelona fans, so they're gonna criticize, so they're gonna stick it onto Yamal, or they're gonna make fun of Yamal. You know what I mean? Main thing is people don't like Arsenal fans, so they're always going to stick it on us. But I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal victory. I'm going to wrap it up here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Catch me over on Kate's show. And you guys already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. We're out of here. Love for the love. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Bukayo Saka is declining. Yamal ain't. Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Bukayo Saka is nowhere near declining. Having a little bit of injury, little season. But once it comes to business end of the season, you'll see. Once he's playing consistently, business end of the season, you will see. We're here now. Just wait. Buckle up. Anyways, we're out of here, people. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.